This podcast absolutely, unequivocally, positively, 100% contains adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome back to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I am your host, Me.
And I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And we are coming to you from that little trailer park in Ponder, Texas. Babe, it looks like you have a lot to say about Ponder, Texas.
I don't, but I ponder things about Ponder.
Do you? Do you
Yes.
ponder about Ponder?
I ponder about Ponder. Makes you ponder. Anyway,
Is Ponder
Denton County,
over Ponder? It's over yonder.
Ponder's over yonder.
Gotcha.
Yes. Denton County population in 2020 was just barely over 2,000.
In Ponder?
In Ponder.
Wow.
But I can tell you that the local legends, Bonnie and Clyde, actually robbed the bank there.
Which leads me to my story, to my suggestion, right?
What?
That I was talking about earlier. I don't ever put it out here because that's a in progress thing. But so I was listening to the news today, right? Were you done with Ponder?
Yeah. As far as I know, I think that's kind of cool to know, right? But yeah,
best love story ever. Second best love story ever.
Oh, okay.
Right next to Bud and Sissy.
Bud and Sissy, and then Bonnie and Clyde.
That's it.
Got you.
So I was on the way to work today.
Johnny and June. I'm just saying.
Good love story.
Yeah, absolutely.
All three of them in love with assholes. How does that work?
Imagine that.
I know.
Because there's so many assholes in the world.
But y'all love us.
Well, we deal with you.
You love us.
We accept you.
Well, I can live with that.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we're good then.
Hang on.
No, I do love you.
I was on the way to work today. I don't know if you know that. I have a job. Right,
you have a job?
Bubblegum factory. Bubblegum wrapper factory. But I don't know, whatever we made up. And I was on the way to work today, and I was listening to the news because I'm like a talk radio guy, right?
You are.
And
everything is talk radio.
UFOs came up, right? And then UFOs, and it sends me down this like rabbit hole, right? Of the entire opinions only when I say so. Okay?
No. I'm not even going to give an opinion. I love the fact that you have that shirt on we're talking UFOs. That's awesome.
This is the I Missed the Eclipse shirt, so I have to wear this to start blocking out stuff. I mean, I'm big enough to block out the sun if you like stand in my shadow, so you get an eclipse with me every day. But I start going down this rabbit hole, right?
Okay.
In my mind, right? It's how I pass the time.
Oh, okay. In your mind. So
you were
actually not looking anything up, not fact-checking anything.
Not driving.
Okay.
Not
Good
driving.
For you,
I just go down this rabbit hole in my mind, right? So we've had this long history of UFOs and all that stuff being reported.
Right.
Right. Well, ever since I think the biggest one in Roswell, which is not what I'm here to debate. But I've started thinking to myself, and we're one little blip in space, and if you look at space and the galaxies and all that, you have to come to the conclusion that we are not the only life out there, much less the only intelligent life. Right. Now, what I don't think there's another species out there that can interstellar space travel. Okay, so
right.
You understand what I'm saying? That could get here. There's got to be other advanced life out there. But what I started thinking is,
they're in the same state that we are. You can't go.
Yeah, faster than speed of light and all that. Unless they left like a gazillion years ago and they got here and they all be old and dead anyway. But so I do believe though in like parallel universes, and maybe what we're seeing. Think about it, right? And I'll go down that rabbit hole in a minute. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But what we're seeing is interdimensional travel and not interstellar space travel. Mm-hmm. There's a way to jump dimensions and all that because those people would blend in with us. You would never even know.
Right.
Okay. But I believe in interdimensions or multiple parallel universes. Sorry. I didn't mean to get all blah, blah, blah there. Parallel universes, because I feel like every time you come to a decision point in your life, and let's just say it's like, should I go left or go right? Well, you go right, but there's another universe of you that went left.
Okay.
And, maybe there's like 1,000 universes, 500 of you go right, 500 of you go left, and on this left turn, and that's like the beginning of your life when all this stuff starts to branch out, and by the time you get to 26 like I am, you've
I thought you were like 32.
No, younger than that.
Oh, okay.
All these branches are scattered all over the place, right? And they're there's a bunch of yous out there.
I don't know.
Wow. Well, way to kill it. That's just way to fucking kill it.
I'm just saying. I mean, I've seen people have put old pictures up, and they say, this guy has on, a watch that, like a digital watch in this photo, and it wasn't created back then, or, he has on a different hat, or his clothes are more modern than the picture itself.
But that's time travel.
Right.
But
now,
I
isn't
don't
that
believe in
kind
time
of the
travel.
same thing?
No. All these parallel universes exist on the same time plane, right? Because I can prove to you time travel doesn't exist. I can prove it.
Okay. How can you prove it?
If time travel exists, I will show up right here in 5 seconds.
Oh, guess it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Time travel doesn't exist, right? And time travel, I don't think is possible. I do think time viewing is possible, but that's a whole different...
Time viewing?
Time viewing, right?
Now what would be the difference between time viewing and time travel?
You can see the future, right? Or the past. Because all that is bending light back around to itself.
I mean, I can see the past because it's in the past, and I already know what happened.
But you can only see your past in the history that you see on like television and magazines and books, right? You can't go back to a specific event. But if you can bend light back around to where it started from, are you seeing the past? Are you seeing the future? That's time viewing. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
We're on parallel dimensions, right? Parallel universes, right? Okay. So they all exist on the same time plane.
Okay.
Right? And maybe you can jump in between those universes.
I mean, but wouldn't you know if you went from this universe to the other on this plane?
I mean, I would know if I went, but would the other me know unless I go see the other me?
Well, how do you know if you go to this other plane that there's even another you over there?
I don't know.
Maybe it's you've gotten to the point where I'm not going to take a right. I'm going to go left.
Well, no.
You see what I'm saying?
So there is another me there. Now, whether that other me in that exact dimension or that exact parallel universe is still alive is a question, right? That other me in that particular parallel universe. Okay.
And it's the same date.
Same plane. Same time plane.
Same time plane.
Same time plane, right?
Okay.
But it doesn't mean he's right here, right now.
Okay.
Okay. That guy could have ended up in, Florida, Key West. He works out all the time. He's got super cool muscles, and he's dating like 13 hot chicks and has a yacht.
Okay.
I mean, how would I, you'd have to do some research to find him. In another universe on the same time plane, I'm like a super pop star. Or another universe, I'm a porn star. Another universe, I'm a hobo under a bridge. They can't all be good. I mean, most of them would be. Look at me. So that's where I'm at as far as aliens from outer space.
Okay, so you don't think that there's any such thing as aliens?
No, I never said that. I did say life exists outside of our planet.
Okay.
For sure.
I mean, 100%
I would think... not a doubt life. And life in that phrase means
plants,
bacteria, viruses, animals.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be intelligent. And I think there's a lot of that out there. Intelligent life, I think, is a lot fewer, but has to be out there. The universe is too vast.
But in our solar system...
Oh, no. Our solar system's completely fucking empty.
Right.
In
our solar system, because the other planets are inhabitable because they're actually, 3 inches from the sun, or...
Well, that one's inhabitable.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, in our solar system, but outside of ours, specifically ours, you have this one, and
the galaxy is huge.
But how do we know for sure?
I mean, we got telescopes.
Okay, we got, I just question some things.
Look at the stars. Are they not there?
No, I understand that the stars are there. Yes, absolutely.
And just remember, and not to turn this into the Science Channel. Okay, I'm going to go back to your planet theory real quick. In our solar system, life may possibly exist in our solar system. Life as we know it could be different, right? There's moons that are there, and I believe it's a moon of Saturn. That's a complete ball of ice with water underneath.
Okay.
Where there's water, there's life. right?
You would think so.
So now life and intelligent life is different.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So there's still a possibility there. We just don't know. But you were saying, oh, look at the stars, right?
Yes.
So the sun is actually a really small star compared to a lot of the other stars. And all of those stars are capable of having planets, all those planets capable of having moons. You know, what is it that you doubt that when you look at
it just some things like, way back in the day, we went to the moon.
We did go to the moon.
Put things
Some
on the moon.
Some people say we didn't, but we did.
But we haven't done anything like that since then.
Because we're dumb.
And why? Why? If our capabilities expand and grow every single year with newfound paper or newfound whatever, right? We should be expanding what we're doing, what we're exploring, what we're figuring out,
right.
And we're not doing that.
We're still exploring. We're just using unmanned spacecraft to do it. Okay? Now, from the time we landed on the moon, how much of that history do you know? So in December of 69, when we landed on the moon, that's the first time we've been there. Right. Everybody watched, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, we landed on the moon.
Yes.
By 72, by the time Apollo got deeper and deeper, going to the moon got boring and people just weren't interested. And if people aren't interested, you're not going to get funding. If you don't get funding, you can't go to the fucking moon, right?
Oh, okay. So
there hasn't been any interest in going to the moon. Okay. I promise you, the moment they find gold or diamonds or something valuable on the moon, they'll be up there they'll be up there mining the fuck out of it.
Right.
But on the trip to Mars, the moon is going to be a stopover base. So we do have to be able to get back to the moon to be able to get to Mars.
Okay.
You know, they've lost interest, and from what I understand, they almost say we lost the technology, but there's also a lot of stuff we know now. Okay, mm-hmm. Like the radiation belt that's around the Earth, and maybe that was just made up as a reason why we're not going. I don't know. Right?
It could be.
I mean, I'm not into the conspiracy theory.
We don't know for sure.
Did we not land? But
I know that you watch a lot of history and
I love it.
Stuff like that, and I've actually watched some of that stuff, and some of that stuff is very interesting, and it really does make you wonder. Like, I can't think specifically what the one you watch is called, but they're like, oh, well, the Earth 30,000, 40 million years ago, how do they know? We do not have recorded history.
No, you don't.
But they don't know for sure, and I would think that there would be some kind of remnant, some kind of...
Well, there is.
Something.
Right. There is to a degree, okay? If you drill down into ice that's 100,000 years old, you're going to have air samples, ice samples, all that. You can measure that, right?
How do you know it's 100,000 years old, though?
You can count the layers like in a fucking tree. That's how you know how old a fucking tree is. You got to kill it to know how old it is. But, you can count its growth. You can count each snowfall, each melt in new layer. Right?
Yes.
You can estimate. You can't know 100%. There's no way, right? Even on land. When we drive to the northern state above us,
mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
And you drive through the mountains and you look at the layers of the rocks, right? When they carve them out, well, that's a layer of rock. That's
right.
That's time. Geologists are probably, more adept into telling you how the Earth was formed and in the climate back then and all that. But do they know it's exactly 14 million years old? I don't fucking know. Maybe they're just extrapolating out how long they think it would take for it to form.
Right. Right.
But you can also look at, now we have the ability to see other planets and other systems, and you can see them forming or not forming, and you make a really, really educated guess that still could be 100% wrong, because until the James Webb Telescope was launched, we thought the universe was this big.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it's like double the size.
Okay.
So you're always learning. That's the whole thing about science, right? Science is, this is the answer we have until we find another answer. Until we find a better answer.
And I don't know. There's so many questions that I have. Like, they say
ask.
Our universe is this big. But how do we know? Because you got all this stuff that's not within our universe. I mean, do we have a bubble around us? I mean,
I don't know. I can tell you. So they call it, as far as we can see in the universe, it's called the horizon. Okay.
Right.
Now, light shifts colors in depending on what direction it's moving, right? If something's moving towards you, it's blue, and if it's moving away from you, it appears red. Okay?
Really?
Do we need to stop? You need a cup of coffee?
No.
Or is it that bad?
No.
That's 14 yawns in the God. You can judge. You know if something's moving away or moving towards you. Okay, by the red or blue shift in light. Okay.
I did not know that.
I know, I'm smart. It's what I do.
Man, you're really smart.
I deal in light, right?
Right.
Because I deal in color. Okay.
Yes.
And all color is the reflection of certain light back to your eyes. And of all the light of all the light that exists on the spectrum, this much is visible. Okay. Beyond the color violet, it's all ultraviolet. The waves get bluer, ultraviolet blue, right?
Okay.
Above red, it's infrared. It starts moving that way, and you see X-rays and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
So the light spectrum, what you can see, and then light moves apart, and this becomes light that you can't see.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's how we end up that's how we see past stuff in the universe, right? You put up telescopes that can see infrared, right? And that's the red light that's being emitted. It lets you see through things, or ultraviolet light and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's how we explore and move, and there's pretty fucking smart people out there. I'm a guy
Way
who just
smarter
watches
than I am.
I'm just a guy that watches a lot of Discovery Channel, and I'm fascinated by shit like that.
You do. You watch a lot of Discovery Channel and History Channel and airplane stuff and
I love
boat
history
stuff.
I love history. I love science. It's just that's what I love.
You should have been a scientist.
No, I am dumb.
I don't think you're dumb. I think you're very smart, and you do a lot of reading, and you remember a lot of stuff.
Stuff I'm interested in, right?
Oh, okay. So if you're not interested in it,
I can't remember how to make spaghetti. Yeah, I can't remember how to make spaghetti, right?
Laundry. I don't know how the washing machine works.
It's amazing. I go in there, you show me, we run through it. The minute I leave, gone.
Yeah, done. I just don't know how the washer works or the dryer.
It's an enigma.
Or I know.
It's an
fold
enigma.
Clothes. What is that? What do you mean?
You don't ever sit around and just something gets into your head and you just you move to the next step. I think I'm broken sometimes.
I don't think you're broken. I think
shit.
you're just thirsting knowledge.
I don't think I am, because how do you know, right? That's knowledge nobody can prove. It's just by what I observe. Humans learn really by observation.
Yes.
Of what's around them and their experiences, and that's a lot of the human learning curve.
Yes.
And I just look at what I see around me. I have a good idea. I don't know for sure of what's possible, what's not possible. But there's nothing in existence that says there can't be multiple universes or parallel universes. Nothing.
I mean, that's true. But I feel because our solar system, and then you got this here, that's a different solar system. And so it's like a bunch of marbles, per se.
Marbles is a good,
and within
analogy.
Those marbles, you have all these little planets, so all the little specks or whatever. And who's to say within each of these marbles, there's not one planet like ours in each of these marbles?
The closest one is around Proxima C, if I said that right.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the closest one, but then you have to start taking in, and nobody wants to listen to this bullshit, I get it, right? But you have to start taking in the size of that planet, right? Because the bigger a planet gets, the more mass it has, the more gravity it has, right? If we travel to that planet, and let's just say it's 100%, let's say we get there, water, blue skies, breathable air, but it's 3 times the size of Earth. The gravity would probably break our legs. From how long we've been in space, because it's going to take a while to get there, and we're not really using our muscles.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you're a 115-pound woman, and now you weigh, 380 pounds.
Okay.
And that's going to be that much more stress on you. So the more mass a planet has, the more gravity it has. So there's a lot of things that come into making a planet habitable. I still hope that I'm alive long enough to see us get to Mars. Would you take a trip if you were younger?
I've seen Total Recall. I don't think I'm going to Mars.
Look, nobody can avoid the 3-titted alien. I am in. I am in. I don't
want
care.
front row seating,
row,
right?
Yes, I want to hold all 3 of them.
Yeah.
In my mouth.
I mean,
but what?
I don't know. I just, I just don't.
If you were 25 years old right now and they needed people to colonize Mars,
okay, it might
they'll
be
pay
different
for you to get
if
there.
I
You'll
was...
have a job. Let's just say you were single. They'll pay for you. You'll have a job. And they're like, we will get you there. Would you go? But that's the rest of your life on Mars, probably. Or maybe they're doing it in 5 or 10 year increments.
You go for 5-10 years, and then we're going to send another wave of people in, and so if you want to get back, you better be prepared, and within that time, and then you come back if you want to. If not, stay there and meet the new people we're sending or whatever.
Do you know if you had a twin?
It might be different.
If you had a twin on Earth and you went to Mars and came back, you would come back younger than them?
Why?
Because time is relative.
What do you mean? I'm still on a planet for...
Time goes slower the faster you go. Time slows down.
I thought it was time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah, it does have fun when you're... Yeah. But time is relative, right? If you jump off a building, to you, as you're falling and you're looking at the building, you're going down.
Yes.
But to a static observer, just watching you in the center of a screen and the buildings, it'd just be the building moving. So it's all relative. Are you falling or is the building moving?
Okay.
Right?
Yes. You'd have to be dumb to think, the building's
I'm not
moving.
I'm not gonna jump off a fucking building to test the theory, okay?
No. I'm just saying.
And if I do jump off a building, I owed some guy money and he threw me off. Don't believe the fucking suicide story.
You did not jump.
No, I love life, okay?
I got you. I understand. I don't know. I just, but you were saying UFOs.
We started with
so there you don't believe in UFOs, but
no, I believe in things that are moving around that cannot be identified. I don't believe that those
Now, what
craft...
do you think that's moving around that can't be identified? What do you think it is?
Do you know?
Is it a parallel universe?
Look, I know people.
Things?
I know people. No. Well, some could be interdimensional travel, right? Parallel universe travel.
Okay.
Most are probably, let's just say, like, I know somebody who works for a company that makes aircraft, okay?
Okay.
And he tells me they work on this badass aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
But the Nighthawk, we didn't even know about until like 88, but that thing was developed in the fucking 70s and was flying around all over. The people see it, they're like, oh, fuck, there's a scary little triangle-looking black thing, right? Just flying around. UFO. Unidentified flying object. That's what it was. People didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I get
Most of what people see is just experimental technology.
Right.
Developed by us. And us, I mean humans.
I would agree. But have you ever heard the stories or met anyone that said, oh, well, but, my father, and I shouldn't be telling you this...
Oh, yeah?
Used to, yeah, that's what I mean, I've been told that before,
What'd your father used to do?
Not my father.
No?
Somebody told me my father, but it was a big hush-hush thing.
Well, tell me the story.
And, no, I mean, it's just about UFOs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's all hearsay, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's like
hearsay. Roswell going out there. Did they really find... aliens?
That's what
I think we're to the point in society now, if they exist, just show us. Nobody's going to flip the fuck out. Well, some people will.
I think some people would. And
show
I think,
us.
especially back then, people would be going, what the crap? But there are, like old newspaper clippings and, things. You actually were watching something one day. You were sleeping through it.
Was I? I was sleepwatching it?
Or wait. Maybe I was watching it. I think I was watching it. I was laying in here watching it. Surprisingly, it wasn't a movie that I always put on, but it was about unexplainable happenings or whatever, unsolved type mystery type things. And this guy was adamant that he was taken by something.
So what's the
now? He was not the only one. He was with somebody else, and this was witnessed. It was just a phenomenal story, actually witnessed by several other people around the area, and nobody could explain anything, and apparently it was very, very fast, very brief, but to these people, it lasted longer.
Time's relative.
Did I
just say that?
I guess
Time is
so.
relative.
But they were very adamant, never changed their story ever, of people questioning or whatever.
Let's itemize this. Okay, let's itemize it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a possibility they were abducted? Sure. What is the possibility they were abducted by creatures from another planet? Probably nil. Okay. Maybe what happened is they were abducted, but it was by us, and we need, you understand what I'm saying?
And why would we abduct our own people?
Fuck it, we still got to experiment on people. We just can't go out and do it. We can't do it in insane asylums anymore. Apparently that's frowned upon.
Yeah,
right?
Yes. But why are we going to make a big bright light that everybody can see, and then it just disappears?
Because if you come on the news and you're telling people I was abducted, there was a big bright light and it was aliens and shit, people are going to look at you like, okay, wacko, go on.
Yeah.
But if you tell people a black van showed up and I had a hood thrown over my head and was abducted, people are going to fucking listen to that.
Okay, but it wasn't a black van that took these people.
That you know of.
Well, that's true. But the whole bright light thing, so many other people saw in so many different walks of life. It wasn't just, let's say factory workers that seen this. I mean, we're talking, this lawyer was like, me and my wife were out. People see
shit they can't explain all the time.
Yeah. So that's just because there's parallel universe.
No, I didn't say that. That is the parallel universe.
But it could be, right?
I'm saying there's a possibility. I'm just telling you, in all explanations, okay? In all reasonable explanations, the parallel universe is actually the most believable out of everything.
Right.
Okay.
But, I guess I would like to... I'm one of these that... I don't believe in ghosts or aliens or
you don't believe in aliens
anything
at all?
like that. I don't.
So you don't think life exists outside the planet at all?
I'm not saying that it doesn't. I've never been given anything tangible, anything believable to me.
Oh, I'm fixing to throw you.
To make me go. I always feel, hey, is it possible? I guess. But do I believe? Not necessarily.
I'm going to throw you, and I probably shouldn't say this. And after I ask this question, if you don't want to answer it,
okay,
I can take it out. But you're saying you have to have proof and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in God? In any kind of God, right? It don't have to be Christianity or anything. Do you believe in a higher power above yourself? Because there's no proof that exists.
That's true.
That's all a leap of faith, right?
That's absolutely.
That's a leap of faith based on things you can't see. The only thing we have to go on religion is old texts from various religions. I can look up, I can see stars, or I can get a telescope and see planets. I know that shit exists unless we're in the Matrix, and then that's really kind of fucked up. But,
oh yeah, could be. Those are actually big squids out there that are coming to get us, or whatever.
Birds aren't real.
Birds? How about squids?
Birds aren't real.
Are squids real?
But yeah, so do you have to be able to see it, feel it, touch it for it to exist?
No, but yes. No, but yes.
But yes.
It's like you say,
right.
I give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
You do.
That's what you say.
So are you giving me the benefit of the doubt that parallel universes exist?
Yeah, but I would like some hard evidence for me to
I would like to think.
See.
So, but, and we're running a little long, but you believe in soulmates and people were meant to be together and old souls and all that shit, though, don't you?
I feel...
Destiny? Do you think your future is unchangeable?
No.
So your future's already laid out from the moment of your birth to the time you die.
Oh, I see what you're saying, unchangeable. I thought you meant like you can't change it.
You can't.
You know what? You know what I believe? I believe everybody is born and everybody dies.
That is true.
That I believe.
And that time.
And everything that happens in between is a choice of what you do. Yes.
Choice is an illusion. You were going to always make that choice. I promise you.
You don't know.
Yes.
No. Why? Why do you say that?
Because that's in that universe, that parallel universe, that's your predetermined path. You cannot, from the time you're born to the time you die is already laid out. You can't change it. There is nothing you can do.
That's
because
not
once
true.
Bullshit. Because once you start down that road and you're like, why? Let's just say you come up to a stop sign and you had every intention of going right. Right? You were going to go right. You were going to make a right-hand turn, but you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm in control of my life. And you turn left. You were always going to make that left turn. Now you just have the illusion of choice.
No, see, no.
No. Oh, I love this.
No.
And we really got to stop, but I want to carry that fucking I want to carry on.
You think your life predetermined.
Absolutely, 100%.
You think that you were supposed to do this,
yes.
supposed to do that, supposed to drink, supposed to do this. No.
I am right where
because you have
right
the choice to do.
Don't. No, you don't.
Yes.
You think so?
You do.
Okay.
You have a choice every single day.
You're right.
To be a decent human being or to be a bad human being.
You're right.
You have that choice. And every single day.
You have the illusion of that choice. You are always going to make that predetermined choice.
So is our predetermined life, who determines that?
You just hate the fact that you don't have a choice in your own outcome, don't you?
I mean,
I think you do.
No, who determines?
I don't know.
What you're so you can't say that it's determined. You can't say that it's determined.
Do you know what day you're going to die?
You just know you're going to live, you're going to die.
Yep.
That everything is.
Those 2 days are already planned. You go to work in the morning. God bless. Don't, because I love you. Okay, so don't. But you get up in the morning. You go to work. You have a car accident. Knock on. I hope it doesn't happen, but you end up passing away. Okay. Every choice you made that day, stopping at the convenience store, catching the light, not running it. Maybe it was a yellow and you decided to stop. Every choice you made right there led you up to the point of that crash. Nothing you could have done. Nothing you could have done. That person, and I know you drive good, so the person that hit you was always going to be a fucking idiot. We're probably always an idiot. What you think of as a poor decision that caused the crash, but they were always going to make that decision. That was predetermined and laid out.
I don't understand how you think everything is predetermined.
That's the only way it can be.
Why? Why does it have to be
if you
predetermined?
logically think about it without emotion, okay?
Okay.
It's the only way it can be.
No.
Because you'll never know the other side. You never know the other path. If you went ahead and made that right turn you were going to make, instead of taking that left, you don't know where that path ends up. So there's no way you can know. So every choice you make, okay, from the time outside of you being an infant and not being able to choose which tit to suck on, okay?
Right.
Outside of that, everything you do is already predetermined. You're always going to...
I can put my pants on backwards
you sure
tomorrow before I go to work.
Because but you'll do it now because of this episode.
No, but what I'm saying...
So you'll prove a point, so you're always going to do it.
No.
Yeah, the fuck can.
I don't believe that everything is predetermined
because... You don't believe or you don't want to believe?
Let's say I don't want to believe.
The truth is out there.
Let's just say I don't want to believe because who is in control? Who is in control of your life?
Nature?
Who is in control of your life?
Nature. I'm not trying to take away personal responsibility, right? I still think you should always own up to every choice you were going to make anyway. That's not taking away personal responsibility.
Okay, so
but I still
instead of the left, I go right.
Instead of left, you go right.
Do you think that it's still going to leave me around to the same car accident point that the left would have?
No, you don't know that. No, I don't.
If your life is predetermined,
I don't think that. But then you were always going to make the left anyway.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
I have the choice. But what I'm saying is,
you think you do, but you don't.
See,
this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's all fucking illusion.
No, it's not.
It's the only way it can be.
No. That's not true.
It is true.
It is not true.
Yep.
No, it is not true. I feel, yes, we're born. Yes, we're going to die. I take a left. I come up. This is where I die.
Right.
I take a right. I come up. This is where I die. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter which way you go, right?
It depends on where you have the accident. If you're going to a destination that you always go to, let's say your toilet job, right?
Okay.
And you always go right.
Mm-hmm.
But you go left and you have that crash on the same street you were going to be in it, you're just predetermined to have that fucking crash. I'm telling you, life is not a choice.
I just don't believe that life is not a choice and everything is predetermined.
It's awesome.
Because who determines
So somebody has to be in control? Somebody has to be in control for it to be plausible?
It has to be.
No. Because you're
it doesn't make any sense any other way.
You're coming down to the conclusion that life is a series of random events.
Sometimes they can be.
There is no such thing as a random event. I don't believe there is such thing as a random event. I was always meant to be with you, one way or the other.
I'm not saying that.
Oh.
Because
right.
Because look at me.
Every choice I ever made, every choice, quote unquote choice, okay, when I say choice, I ever made in my life from the point of conscious thinking to right now has put me right here, right where I need to be, right where I want to be.
You made those choices.
I thought I did, but I was always going to make them anyway.
You don't know that.
I do know that. Because look back on it, man. 2 more minutes. I mean, we're going like way over, okay? Way over. Because you're getting into, this is shit I love. We do podcasts on this all day. Right now, right? Everything that ever happened to me was a lesson I had to learn. And these lessons, I think you have to learn. These are things you need to go through to get to where you're going.
Okay, so let's say by some horrible accident you pass away. Do you think if you haven't learned all the lessons that you were supposed to learn while you were here, that you come back to finish learning them?
Define, God, really, we're going to turn this into an hour-long podcast?
No,
come back. Define come back. Because everything lives again.
You can come back as a turtle.
I have two theories on this, okay?
So that's reincarnation, I guess you could say.
I have 2 theories on this, right?
Okay.
Since we're all made up of molecules and atoms anyway, that can neither be created or destroyed, all life always comes back, right? You don't know if some of the carbon atoms in you were in dinosaurs. You just don't know, okay? So that carbon atom has always been here, will always be here until, and even at the destruction of the earth for 8 billion years when the sun swells up and burns everything, that carbon atom will still exist. Okay?
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
No, please.
No. I was yawning, actually.
Oh, were you? Oh, wow. The other thing is the possibility that if you were a shitty person, I think you might have to live life as a cockroach and work your way up.
Okay, but if you're a shitty person, you're making those decisions to be a shitty person on your own.
You're always going to be a shitty person.
So you're going to come back and be a shitty cockroach?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, that's why all cockroaches are shitty. You ever seen a good one? Huh?
No, I haven't.
You know where I start thinking you earn a little bit of redemption? Becoming a rat. Okay, when you get to rat status, you either become somebody's cool pet. You only get to live about a year, right? You get like tumors and shit all over your necks, like crack like that. Or if you're still a shitty rat, you become food. Circle of life, baby.
Okay. Yeah, but
we have got to tidy this up. Okay?
Okay.
Because I got a shit ton of editing to do.
All right. Well,
all right.
Okay.
We appreciate you listening. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, right? If you think I'm right, you think she's right, drop them in the comments or send us an email at meandmrsalwaysright@gmail.com. All complaints will be transferred to the Trevor. All complaints will be transferred to the intern Trevor.
Yes. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube.
And help support this podcast by becoming a member of Patreon at patreon.com/me and Mrs. Always Right. There you will find pre- and post-show content right along with unedited episodes. Also, if you have any audio or video needs, contact Roadcat Media, the producers of this episode, at roadcatmedia@gmail.com.
Sweet.
Boom. Got my announcer voice going on.
You got it going on right now.
I love you.
And that was predetermined.
That was predetermined. Everything is predetermined. There is no choice. There is no choice.
That's bullshit. Bullshit.
Okay. Continue next week on the beach. I love you, baby.
I love you too.
All right. You have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merle.
Oh, I love Merle.
I know.
I want Merle.